Hi Cancer, how are you? It's me, Lauren B. Welcome to the Untitled Tarot. This week, Cancer, we're gonna do your spread with the Light Seers Tarot all by itself. You've quite the little spread going on, so I wanna walk it out with you, but first and foremost, start with prayer. Father God, thank you for bringing me and my Cancerians in today. I ask that you give me wisdom and clarity to deliver these messages. I ask that you bless and cover these cards, that you allow me to bring forth messages in Cancer's highest of love, light, alignment, and assignment. We praise you and we thank you always. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. Amen, Cancer. So I had your little shufflemancy going on, and somehow I ended up on, I think it's called The Morning, let me look at it. Oh, I went away from it. The Morning View, it's that album by, or Into the Morning, something like that. It's that Incubus album. And I started laying out your cards, and the first song that came on was Nice to Know You. It was nice to know you, Cancer. So there might be a situation that you have recently departed from, perhaps, because the first three cards that you have out are the King and Queen of Pentacles and the Two of Cups in reverse. So perhaps there was a situation that seemed like a perfect pair to you, with them being from the same suit, right? But with the Two of Cups in reverse, with all of them being in reverse, it tells me that perhaps it didn't go as planned. It didn't go as planned in some capacity for you. So be that as it may, you tried to move into your Nine of Pentacles energy, right? So this is a very single energy. This is stable, solid, secure, on your own, doing just fine with it. But that came out in reverse too. So that tells me that whatever situation you were in, this is playing out romantic. So I guess it's my tarot karma, as I said, because I normally don't like to do love readings, but sometimes they come out. That whatever situation you were in that seemed like a good match, like a perfect pair, turned out to be like the Two of Cups kind of got dumped out, right? So you tried to sit in your like single, confident, stable energy, but you weren't really loving it. You weren't really loving being on your own or being single, and you weren't feeling like super solid, right? Sometimes everything kind of like shits the bed at once, right? It's like we are in a breakup, and then it's like work gets slow, and then it's, sometimes it's like that snowball effect. So you end up in the Ten of Wands over here. So the Ten of Wands, this is kind of like packing up all your shit. This could be like you packing up their stuff and like bringing it back to them, then bringing back your stuff, but you getting out of Dodge. Maybe you went on a trip. Maybe you took a little weekend trip, Cancer. You try to get your mind off things, right? But moving away from this situation. On my board, you're literally moving away from everything that's happening. Now, you have the Sun in reverse, and then you meet the Seven of Cups as well. So this is saying that as you're moving on, again, it's not necessarily like immediately greener pastures. It's not like things are immediately picking up for you. It didn't feel like you immediately bumped into another person, like a rebound or your next divine partner, right? Things didn't immediately pick up at work. Like there's a little bit of that lull period. So in that lull period, you end up in the Seven of Cups, which is kind of surveying your options, right? Well, maybe there are people over here. Maybe I should get back out there. Well, what if I try this at work? What if I do something else? Just exploring different options, seeing if there are any doors open for you. Like, what am I going to do about this situation to kind of pick myself up out of this lull, out of this rut that I'm in? Now, in doing that, I just noticed that 7-7. So you move into the Seven of Wands, 7-7. That's usually a sign that you're like on the right track. Sometimes we got to do the little divine detour thing, right? In order to learn our lessons and then get us back in the center with Jesus. So now you end up in the Seven of Wands. So in that, this is you being a little bit defensive, being a little bit closed off, just trying to kind of self-soothing, right? Trying to keep yourself in like your safe little bubble of peace, right? Trying to keep your mind right, trying to keep your, oh, did you see the smoke? You see that smoke? It's coming up from my little frankincense. Guess there might be something in that for you. I'm gonna think on that. We'll return to the smoke, Cancer. But you're just trying to like maintain like positive thoughts, like everything's gonna be fine, everything's gonna come back together, like everything's gonna be good, like, but it's a little bit of that defensive energy, and like see these little sticks almost like wanting to poke you. So I'm pulling in maybe like a little bit like social media stuff, which I don't get that a lot, but so maybe it's like trying to avoid certain people on social media, trying to avoid certain places where certain people go, like that sort of thing. Just really like, I'm just not even gonna risk it. I'm not gonna risk it because I'm not going for the biscuit, and I'm just gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay home. we quarantining anyway. I'm just gonna mind my own. And so you end up sitting in this hermit mode right here, right? A little bit isolated, a little bit by yourself, trying to regain your energy with this yellow, your confidence. It looks a little bit green too. So trying to kind of like heal your heart, any places where you're feeling a little achy inside as well. Now in that, I see you like elevated, right? Shining your light, almost like dreaming, almost like daydreaming a little bit. And then you fall into the Empress and the Wheel of Fortune. So male or female, doesn't matter, flip it and reverse it as we do here. But perhaps you're dreaming about an Empress or just the idea of an Empress, someone who is abundant, somebody who is fertile. They have that Midas touch, right? They're glowing, they're confident, they're blessed. There's, you know, favor and blessings kind of follow this person. And in that, blessings and favor and good fortune could follow you too. Kind of things going in the right direction, meeting the right person who's kind of got the right stuff for you, and things sort of falling into place for you. Now, in order to really kind of pull that in for yourself, Cancer, you got to come out of the Four of Swords in reverse. This is coming out of hermit mode, right? You're not going to find anyone on your couch necessarily. I mean, social media, swipe, perhaps, but sooner or later, you're going to have to go meet up with someone. So there's a lot of smoke between the diffuser and the frankincense. There is like a lot of smoke. So maybe that's it. Like you can't see through the smoke. You got to like clear out the smoke. Like things, I mean, what's smoke? So usually think something that's burning up, right? So maybe you have to clear up a little bit of the energetic clutter from whatever this King, Queen of Pentacles, Two of Cups in reverse situation was, for you to be able to see clearly, like if someone is really for you, right? Not like looking for someone to sort of be a band-aid or someone to be like a way out, or like a knight or princess in shining armor in distress, like looking for a hero, right? Someone that's actually really like akin and like a compliment to your soul as well. But you sooner or later, we're gonna have to come out of this Four Swords. We're gonna have to come out of rest. We're gonna have to come out of hermit mode. We're gonna have to like get back out there, Cancer. But in that, the Emperor comes out. Now, this is a perfect pair that supersedes that of the King and Queen of Pentacles. So there is a potential for this on the horizon, that when this could just be unifying your masculine and your feminine energies together, your ability to put out and to give, and also your ability to receive as well. But you know, there seems to be a perfect pair, an elevated pair for you, right? Because the Emperor and the Empress, that's divinely given by God. You know, I like to think that sort of the perfect pair in the suits, right? Pentacles, cups, wands, air, that those are sort of like natural couples, right? Like natural love. Whereas when we get up to the Emperor and the Empress, the Magician, the High Priestess, onward and upwards, that's really like divinely guided. That's God's pairing, not what we chose for ourselves, but what the person that God sort of purposed for you, right? That will be a complement to you in a more of a longevity sense. So if we're able to heal ourselves up, clear the smoke out, right, from things that are dead and gone now, and you know, it's that nice to know you, see you later, Pentacles people. We're going to pull ourselves up, get ourselves out of the Four of Swords, out of hermit mode. The Wheel of Fortune is here, and it is upright for you to find this divine, I'm going to have to move this, it's bothering me now, this divinely guided pair for yourself. I just did it like that. The wheel is turning in your favor, Cancer. Now, you have the Page of Swords or the Page of Wands. It's interesting I said that. The Page of Wands in reverse over here, which is saying that you're having a little bit of hard time getting excited. You're having a little bit of a hard time like throwing your hat in the air, like Mary Tyler Moore, just like double my care. I'm going out there, I'm going for it, right? Wands is excited, it's passionate, it's creative, right? It's like, these are almost like dry little cups, like bongos that are hollow, they don't make any noise, right? We gotta get back, we gotta get excited again, right? Why do we fall, Batman? So we can learn how to pick ourselves back up. Now in that, we bring in Temperance. Temperance, a lot of major arcana for you right now. A lot of major arcana for you right now. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have half the major arcana out right here. So this is a big deal. It's a big deal, Cancer. We're bringing in Temperance. We're balancing out our light and our dark energies right now. And with the Seven of Swords in reverse, this is also one, you're not gonna get out of doing this balancing. If you really want this divinely guided pair, this like perfect couple, this union, whatever it is that you wanna call it, you want fortune and favor and blessings and abundance that God has for you to follow you, you're not sneaking out of doing this work. You got to do this balancing act. And part of that is also you have to balance out the disappointment that you felt. I don't know what happened. They're not telling me what happened in this King Queen of Pentacles situation, but if this is sometimes comes through as like crimes of the past. If there was some kind of like sneaky energy, someone did someone dirty, whatever it may be, we're gonna need to temper out that energy. We're gonna need to balance out that disappointment and see it more. Yes, see it more as like a learning lesson. We're better judges of character now, right? You know. I hope you dance, you know, Leon Warwick, I hope you dance. Like, you got to get back out there. It's going to be okay. I'm going to the Knight of Wands energy, which is kind of beating your drum again, getting excited, talking to people with excitement, which just means like, if you are getting out there, if you are meeting people, if you are making new friends, right? Even if this is just at work in some aspect, right? This could all be in relation to like a project or something, or teamwork or some kind of coworker situation, right? That you speak to people with excitement, that like you seem interested to talk to them as well, like almost like if you're talking to someone, like pay attention to what they're saying, seem like invested in the conversation, like because Knights do bring messages back and forth. And to be excited and to like have fun with it a little bit more, because you have the 10 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, and the 9 of Wands all in reverse here, which is like you need to maintain this level of enthusiasm, right? And see this horse, I'm hearing like off to the races, and stay like off to the races, despite the fact that you have this fear. Remember, we have to temper it out, that you're gonna end up with the 10 of Cups in reverse, that you're gonna end up 5 of Swords, anxious, paranoid, like, oh, stressed out, and then 9 of Wands, like very, very guarded and defensive, right? We don't assume that just because something happened one way with someone in the past, that it's gonna go the same way with someone new or someone different in the future, because we're projecting a negative potentiality onto a situation that hasn't even transpired yet. So by doing that, you're really cutting something off at the knees before it even gets a chance to like crawl and walk and then run like the horses, right? Run like the wind. So we need to maintain a level of positivity and enthusiasm that we were learning over here in the 7 of Wands and the Hermit mode, right? That, you know, when one door closes, another door opens. We learned that with the 7 of Cups. So you need to maintain the wisdom from the lessons that you learned and be happy and be excited, because, you know, if something didn't work out with someone, well, that just means that you're just one step closer to the person that God has in store for you. And that is really good news. God always promises to give us a hope and a future. So we need to maintain that. We need to maintain the hope. You have to keep your eyes not fixed on your situation, but fixed on God, and know that like He has a person for you that is going to be a compliment to you, not just for a weekend, not just for 2 months, but for the full Monty, Cancer, with the next card coming out being the Hierophant right here. You see him laughing? You see him laughing at you, Cancer? It's almost like God being like, Cancer, please stop stressing yourself out. Please don't sit in this lull. Please don't sit at the Heartbreak Hotel, right? And at this point in the Incubus playlist, we hit the song called Circles, right? It's like, Cancer, please stop running in circles with this. You don't have to do that, baby. Come on, pick yourself up. Like, I'm giggling almost a little bit because you have no idea what I have planned for you, right? There's a country song called Big Plans. I got some big, big plans. Because like, I have big plans for you. I have a really good person for you. I have a whole future. There's so many things you're going to accomplish and experience. So much love you have to give and so much love you have to receive, especially mine as your Father God over here. It's like, pick yourself up. It's like, what do I have for you, Cancer? The 10 of Pentacles, stability, longevity, family, love, community, kids, the dog, the whole thing, the full Monty. That's like, I have this for you. And not only that, but I have the 6 of Pentacles, which is an equal give and take. So this isn't a situation like in the past where maybe you were pouring love and attention, TLC into something, and you ended up empty-handed. That's not what's gonna happen to you. And then followed up by the 6 of Cups, which is soulmate energy. Somebody, like I said, who is a compliment to you. And you know, 6 of Cups can sometimes be like a blast from the past energy. It can. We know we don't like to do that here, but it could be a blast from the past energy, right? It's very sentimental, it's very nostalgic. So this could be someone that perhaps, because you do have a couple cards over here, this could be somebody in the past. I know we don't do this here, but in the past that perhaps you had worked with, that perhaps you were seeing casually for a while, right? That at one point you were with the Three of Wands collaborating with, right? That you were kind of like looking forward with, kind of setting out with, but with the Star in reverse, kind of fizzled out, something happened, right? And in that fizzling, there was a Tower moment, right? There was a divine detour. Perhaps God separated you guys for a period of time because you guys weren't in the right place. Your egos weren't in check. Like you guys weren't keeping God in the center of anything. I have been in many a relationship where I sort of I like idolized that person that I was with, or idolized the idea of love or relationship. And the second that I took God out of it and I idoled something else, he separated it. He separated me from many a man because I idolized them, right? There would be no idols before, no false idols. God stays in the center of everything, especially your relationships. You keep God in the center of your relationships, he will always bless you both. He will protect you. He will cover you. He will guide you guys separately and together to make sure that your paths are harmonious and complementary. So in the past, with this, if it is like someone that you were seeing for a period of time, perhaps that, or someone that you've just known for a long time that's been in your circle that perhaps you didn't even really consider before, that perhaps you did used to work with them, collaborate with them, and it kind of fizzled out in that there was a Tower moment, which with the Chariot in reverse didn't lead to any forward movement. That God is sort of saying, hey, now that you kind of went back out there, did your own thing, you want to try it my way? Okay, cool. Go and do your work. Go and heal your heart. Let me help you. Let's go into hermit mode. Okay, now let's get out of hermit mode. Flip it in reverse. Sit. We have an emperor to your empress, an empress to your emperor. The wheel of fortune's gonna come and turn in your way. I'm gonna put favors and blessings on you, right? But we gotta temper out this old disappointment. We can't just assume that because something didn't work out in the past, that something better isn't coming for you in the future for you. And then the last song in the Incubus was Wish You Were Here. So it went from like nice to know ya, Mr. and Mrs. Pentacles, to like going around in circles. And when you go around in circles enough, finally you get tired and you're just like, God, what do I do? And he's like, well, we do it my way. And in that, he reminds you that he has the 10 of Pentacles for you. Again, longevity, stability, blessings, family, community, kinship, kids, golden retrievers, an equal give and take, fruits of your labor, and soulmate energy that can also build, if it's not someone from before, then it's someone that is akin to your soul, a complement to you, like I said, that you can build sentimentality and have nostalgia with as time goes on and you guys build your lives up with God in the middle of it, right? And then it turned into Wish You Were Here, which made me give the impression that this could be someone that you used to casually see. Now, something interesting to note is Incubus, the band Incubus. Now, I was like, what does the word incubus mean? So I looked it up, as I do. That's the rising Virgo in me. Incubus is a term for like a sexual demon. So, Cancer, there could be something having to do with either the Pentacles people or like an older person that you used to deal with, that there was more focus on the physicality of that relationship than there was learning about each other, growing with each other, being committed, doing that whole kind of thing. The emphasis was more on the physicality, which maybe is why this Tower moment came in, because you all need to get your priorities straight. And so that's what God kind of separated you guys for, so that way you can kind of work that out of your system a little bit. Or perhaps if it's the Pentacles energy up here, that could have been a contributing factor. It was like all play and no work in terms of that relationship, even though it feels more attached to the Six of Cups, the older situation, than it does for the Pentacles. However, so it's something to note. It is something to note. But Incubus is also a term for like anxiety and stress and everything too. And when we get really anxious and we get really stressed about stuff, we like clam our energy up too. When your energy can't flow freely, then it's like you're putting God in a little box. You're not giving him enough room to like work and do what you're asking him to do, right? And it's like when you petition God for something, he hears you, but then you have to petition him and then fall back a little bit and have that faith and have that trust and know, like almost with like an expectant heart. Like don't have expectations of man, because man will let you down, right? But when you pray to God for something and you know that it's something that he's fixing to give you, like all this goodness right here, all this milk and honey, all this wheel of fortune, all this divine love, all this really good stuff, right? Then you have faith in God with an expectant heart that he will do what he said he's going to do, what he promised you he's going to bring forth for you, because God is not a liar. So, Cancer, I hope that this was helpful for you. Felt a little bit like the Libra reading, but I hope that this was helpful for you. If it was helpful, I hope that you like and subscribe. All the extra content is on the Patreon that is linked in the description box, as is my email if you would like a personal reading. My social media links are in there as well, my Instagram and my Twitter, and all the decks that I use in case you want to get this deck for yourself. This was the Light Seers Tarot, So Cancer, thank you very much for being here. You're gonna be just fine, I promise. But I love you very, very much. And until I see you next time, stay blessed, stay prayed up, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.